First, they came for the communists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then, they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't Jewish. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. March 3rd, 2021. 6 Dr. Seuss books won't be published anymore because they portray people in hurtful and wrong ways. By whose decision is that made? February 24th, 2023. Roald Dahl, publisher, to re-release author's original text after editing controversy. We are offering readers a choice. If you don't know who Roald Dahl is, you definitely know some of his books. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Matilda, the BFG, James and the Giant Peach, among many others. They claim that these books will be offered in their original form, as well as these new censored versions. I will not use the term edited. This is censorship. And the older versions, the original text, I'm sure will be offered at least until they're no longer available or in short supply. 2 days later, February 26, 2023, James Bond novels edited to remove racist content. Again, books written at a particular time. Whatever happened to, if you don't like it, don't read it. Don't pick up the book. Finally, we come to the most recent one. Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie's classic detective novels edited to remove potentially offensive language. As I said before, who determines what is offensive? Novels by Queen of Crime Agatha Christie are the latest classic works to be revised to remove racist references and other language considered offensive to modern audiences. Well, perhaps the modern audiences should understand that this is how people talked at the time that they were written. Stop editing the past. Let it exist. It's part of our history. And the other issue is context. Context matters. People seem to be forgetting that. The amendments to the books published between 1920 and 1976, the year of Christie's death, include changes to the narrator's inner monologue. For example, Poirot's description of another character as a Jew, of course, in Christie's debut novel, has been stripped out of the new version. That is censorship. A Jew. Unless you're a Yahtzee saying this in a derogatory way, a Jewish individual is a Jew. They are Jewish. They are a Jew. Why is this? Unless someone is saying it with some sort of sneer or hateful tone in their voice, I just don't get it. Throughout the revised version of the short story collection Miss Marple's Final Cases and Two Other Stories, the word native has been replaced with local. This is what they're doing. Native. Calling someone a native is offensive. Outstanding. Passage describing a servant as black and grinning has been revised, and the character is now simply referred to as nodding, with no reference to his race. I think it's referencing his skin color, but okay. 1937 novel Death on the Nile references to Nubian people. When did Nubian become offensive? Can somebody give me an updated list of words that are offensive so I can ignore the hell out of them? This is a problem, and it is not going to stop. I recorded a video on this 2 nights ago, but I was way more upset than I am right now. And I had to delete it because there was lots and lots of foul, filth, flarn, and filth. I thought twice about it. I let myself think about it. But every time I think about it, the more I think about it, the more irritated I get. When they pulled the Dr. Seuss books, it was because of the artistic depictions of people around the world. And people let it slide. There were some voices that came out that said, no, this is wrong. It's censorship. But it was, whatever. It was a children's book. And then you get Roald Dahl's books being edited for modern audiences. Why? Because you can't call Augustus Gloop a fat kid? That's what he was. Overweight, obese. and whatever other naughty little nasty words they had in the book. Enormously fat, edited to just enormous. How is that better? Someone help me there. And most formidable female, this is the dumb one. Most formidable female to most formidable woman. What? People who oppose the edits include author Salman Rushdie, who described it as absurd censorship, which is absolutely correct. Some of the ones in the James Bond novels are, they're a little questionable, but Commonly used pejorative, I can kind of understand how that would be taken out because we all know what the word talking about is. But again, did you take the book? Did they take the word out of Mark Twain's books? Classic novels, classic literature, written at a particular time. Are they used in a derogatory manner? What is the context? That's important. Removed almost entirely and replaced with black person or black man. In other instances, references have been edited. For example, in Live and Let Die, Bond's opinions of Africans in the gold and diamond trades. I have some unfortunate news for you. Most individuals, regardless of the color of their skin, in the diamond trade are pretty much scumbags. But this one was edited to pretty law-abiding chaps, I should have thought, except when they've drunk too much. That applies to everyone mostly on the planet. They altered it to be pretty law-abiding chaps, I should have thought. This is absolutely absurd. This is censorship, and it should be opposed on every front. Absolutely every front. Because if you give them an inch, they will take a mile. Go back to this little snippet right here in the beginning. You speak up now. You scream from the rafters for everyone to hear you. You oppose it. You reject it. Or it won't stop. Basic censorship. That's all this is, and it should be stopped. And that's all I've got.